What's good? Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we are back with this Root Rider Valkyrie double overgrowth smash attack. And the only thing we changed so far right now is we put 6 Valkyries in the siege barracks instead of having the Imam and the Yeti. I kind of like the 6 Valkyries coming out because it's a little quick and they get around that edge. They get around the outside of the base a lot quicker and help keep that funnel going. The Imami and the Yeti are just a little too slow for my liking. So that's the only thing we've changed so far. I really still like the healing tome on the Warden, and we are using different pets in a couple of these attacks just because I'm trying to upgrade the Spirit Fox, but this army is so strong it really doesn't matter. But once you get your troops maxed out, as you can see, I'm not. My king is only level 69 and we got unmaxed heroes, unmaxed pets. We don't even have the Spirit Fox in some of these attacks either. But once you are maxed out, this attack gets even easier, obviously, because your troops are even stronger. Let's get right into the action. All right, on this first replay, we have a diamond style base with this town hall all the way in the corner. And we're not going to start on the town hall on this one. We're actually going to use the overgrowth on that area of the base once we get closer to that side. Because we had some other value, but there's no rage spell tower, so I really wasn't worried about much else. I could have used the overgrowth. I believe we actually do overgrowth the monolith for the first overgrowth with the town hall also included in that. But we're gonna push in, use that hero, use that eternal tome and healing tome pretty early. We actually don't catch the monolith with that first one, so we probably should have, but we still had a freeze, so we go ahead and freeze down the monolith, and my troops were up there pretty quick after using the rage spells as well. And I mean, the first part of that base was destroyed extremely quickly, so getting through the second half I really wasn't that concerned with, especially finishing on the town hall. Didn't have a lot of concern with that either. You see, we're going to pick up even more value with that second overgrowth with the trap, and we're going to be able to destroy one of those builder huts as well. And this is going to be one where we're going to get to the point where our troops are just literally standing still. So it's quite a while. We're just kind of standing still with the overgrowth still trapped. That was 7 seconds of us just kind of waiting. That's gonna happen sometimes. And then we were able to save 3 hero abilities. I got the king, royal champion, and the archer queen abilities going through. We only had to fight an invisibility and poison tower, so I wasn't too concerned with that. And then we're just gonna easily pick up the triple. We had a ton of troops left at the end of that attack. And yeah, it's just absolutely destroyed that one. The only thing I would change on that is I probably would have used the overgrowth to trap the monolith and keep that monolith trapped with the town hall. But either way, it ended up working out. On this second replay, we have more of a maxed out town hall 16, pretty close to maxed out. And this one's going to be a centralized town hall compartment. I know that was a hot topic too, like if we could still triple bases like this, and what do we do with the overgrowth when that happens? So you can see we got double poison tower, so I'm not looking out for a rage spell tower. We're going to use the king on one side, siege barracks on the other side, push that main army right down the middle, and get into the base as fast as we possibly can. We're going to hold on to that warden ability just for a second, and we're going to use that overgrowth to trap down the eagle artillery and both ricochet cannons and one of those multi-archer towers, and that's going to allow us to push into this base pretty quick. And then we're not going to have to deal with that heavy hitting defenses early on. We could save, wait till the end of the attack to have to deal with that stuff. We're not going to have a free spell for the end of the attack, but that's going to be okay. I'm not 100% sure if we save the rage spell. We actually might. Oh no, we end up using the rage spell. Sorry. So we use the rage spell after the town hall goes down, and we're going to push through, try to get these troops out of that town hall poison pretty quick because we had to use the warden ability a little early. It's kind of hard to get max value with that healing tome and eternal tome with a base like this because a lot of your troops split and they go opposite ways, so it's very hard to get max value, obviously, because you're not going to be able to have your warden be with everything. You know, they're going to split and your warden's going to go with one side, so you almost want to use it kind of earlier than later because you're going to be able to save a lot of troops. I go ahead and use my queen ability because it allows me to get through the ricochet cannons and the expo. And at that point, this base is over. We had a couple P.E.K.K.A.s still alive and a Valkyrie and the queen finishing off the base as well. All right, on this next attack, we have another ring style base. And I will say this one actually has a rage spell tower. It's not in the greatest location, but it does have a rage spell tower. So that's always going to be somewhat of a priority. I don't remember if I used the overgrowth on it, but I know on some of these attacks when I started really focusing on like compartments like that, it really helped me out because you don't have to worry about that until later on in the attack when everything else is already destroyed. So that definitely helps out a lot. We do not use it on that. We actually use it on the monolith and everything else over here with the poison spell tower, just because my main troops were already going through here. I'm assuming that's why I didn't. We had the warden ability already going off, so we were going to be able to take out these defenses pretty easily. And you can see what I mean by everything splits. Like, I didn't catch hardly any of my Valkyries in that warden ability. We got some, but not the full amount. We didn't get some of the Root Riders either, or the RC, because everything split to the right on bases like this. So it's just going to happen. You know, try to hold on to some of your spells for later on in the attack if you can. But these are those attacks where you're going to have to use some of them early on. And you can see we found the Clan Castle troops later on too, which doesn't really help. But once the Town Hall goes down, our Royal Champion is able to get out of there very quickly. And we're taking on the last building as that second overgrowth trap ends. And we still have the Queen ability with some Root Riders alive and the Royal Champion as well. So we're going to be able to easily finish off this base. It's no problem. That's the best part. Normally you have a hero ability or two, sometimes three left over. You still have Root Riders left over. You still have Valkyries left over. Every now and then you got P.E.K.K.A.s and Wizards too, just to take out this little bitty part of the base that you had trapped down with the overgrowth. All right, on this next replay, we have another diamond style base. And this was one I was asked about, and we already showed one in the video so far. So we have a second style like this, and we're going to use that Barbarian King on one end, Siege Barracks on the other end, just like every other attack. We're going to let that funnel go a little bit. I did drop a couple Valkyries with the King and a couple Valkyries with the P.E.K.K.A.s just to get that funnel going a little bit quicker. Now we're going to push in with the Warden, all the Root Riders, King, World Champion, and everything right here towards that Eagle Artillery and the Poison Tower. You know, we got Poison Towers on both spell towers on this as well, but we do have some good value surrounding the Town Hall. I believe we're going to be able to overgrowth the Monolith and both Scatter Shots and both Expos and the Town Hall on this one as well. So we're going to pop that Healing Tome, Internal Tone, and get through this portion of the base with the Rage Spells. The best part about these corner style ones is you don't really use the first overgrowth right away. So you're actually like 40% through the base already before you use that first overgrowth. So a lot of your troops are still very, very healthy, and it allows you to get through this base fairly quickly. And then normally you're going to be waiting to attack that last portion of the base. And you can see we still have a rage, still have a free spell, still got that poison spell for when we get close to the Clan Castle troops here. We're going to use the poison on top of these super minions. I go ahead and drop a freeze down there as well, which we probably didn't need to, but we do. And at this point, like I said, you're kind of just going to be chilling with your troops right around this area. You can see we're waiting again. So on both of these style attacks, we're just waiting, literally. And we still have all three hero abilities, just like in the previous one. We got the King ability, we got the Queen ability, and we got the RC ability. I go ahead and just pop all three because we're going to have to deal with the Town Hall Poison also. And I just want to get through this and hopefully not lose everything in the Monolith. That was my biggest concern. We're going to have the Phoenix pop with the King. And I do lose the RC. I do lose the Queen. You see, and the Valkyries and this P.E.K.K.A. and the Phoenix are going to finish off this last Expo. But the only thing that's a little nerve-wracking about finishing on the Town Hall like that is if you do have like the Monolith, maybe I shouldn't have used the overgrowth on the Monolith. I didn't do it the first time and it worked out. This time I did it and I lost a lot of troops. Having the Monolith there when you're fighting that Town Hall Poison can really wreck your troops. So maybe it's not the best idea to trap down that Monolith, and maybe it's better to take it out before your troops get to that point. So you're not fighting that heavy hitting defense with both Scatter Shots and 2 Expos through that Town Hall Poison. All right, on this last replay, we are going to show a box style base, and we're going to start with the Barbarian King down here. And push him towards that outside of the base. And we're going to start with the Siege Barracks on the other side and quickly get these Root Riders and Valkyries down with the Grand Warden, Royal Champion, and the Archer Queen. I do like using the Royal Champion with the main army. I know some people like to save her for a minute and use her elsewhere to help funnel a little bit. Honestly, I don't know. I just like using her with the main army in this attack. I think it's very strong. I go ahead and pop that healing tome, eternal tome, as we push outside that town hall compartment. It's kind of nice because all the root riders and everything avoided that with the invisibility. And we do have a rage spell tower on this one, so we are going to use the overgrowth on that eagle, double multi, rage spell tower, and the monolith as well. And on this second overgrowth, I'm going to not trap the monolith, and I'm going to trap the eagle and the other infernal tower and the 2 builder huts as well, because I don't want to have to deal with that monolith at the very, very end. I'd rather deal with the monolith before we get to the extremely end of the attack, because we're going to have to go through the rage tower with the multis and everything else with no spells except for 1 free spell. So we're going to go ahead and trap that, and then we're going to be able to go take out that monolith with the RC. As soon as the RC targeted the monolith, I go ahead and pop her ability so that we can push down there real quick. And we're going to drop a freeze. I was a little late on the spell tower. Should have had that down a little bit sooner, and then we wouldn't have had to deal with it until we destroyed the spell tower. So, but you can see how crazy the rage spell tower could be. Those triple infernos that were underneath that just melted my troops. Like literally all of my root riders were melted at that point, because they were targeting everything, but still able to pick up the triple. But those rage spell towers can be absolutely crazy. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in on an everyday basis and supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel more, don't forget to smash that like button. Leave me a comment down below what you guys think about this army. The last time we posted this army, you guys absolutely loved it. That video blew up, so I appreciate the support. We got a lot of new subscribers off that as well, so hopefully you guys stick around. This army is crazy. You could just absolutely destroy bases. I wanted to bring you guys some of those ring style centralized town hall bases and the corner bases you guys were all asking about. So hopefully this guy helps you guys get those triples in war and Legends League going forward. And you could do it even without a maxed account. And you can see we're not maxed, and I don't have the pets I would actually use, because I would use Diggy on the Warden, and then I would also use the Spear Fox on the Royal Champion, which we had on half the attacks, but the other half we did not. We'll catch you next time.